Phillip Thompson is one of my favourite members of Parliament. He, of course, has risen up the ranks in his second term now as a member for Herbert, where he is the Assistant Minister for Defence, or Shadow Minister for Defence, working, of course, with Andrew Hastie and Peter Dutton in Canberra, and he joins us now from the same building. Great man, lovely to see you again. So today, the Prime Minister says, time for a root and branch review into everything to do with the Defence Force. Last time I checked, there was already one of these in 2020. Last time I checked, there was already a Royal Commission right now into veterans and those issues. So why, on top of all of that, would you hire one of the worst defence ministers in the country's ever had to do it?
Mate, you've got Stephen Smith, who is the worst defence minister that Australia's ever seen. He cut $4.5 billion out of the defence portfolio. I've had senior officers call me today going, he showed nothing but contempt for the portfolio. We couldn't work with him. He didn't like us. So this is Albanese giving jobs for the boys for a person who's going to come in and look to cut. He's going to look to cut spending, he's going to look to cut projects, and that'll all outlay into cutting jobs. I've got soldiers around the country calling me going, mate, are we going to lose our job with this? This person does not like defence, hated the portfolio when he was there, cut all the funding out of it. Does that mean we're going to lose our jobs? And I heard Prime Minister Albanese say today, he goes, well, we need to find out and make sure that the Defence Force knows their role. They do know their role. Yeah. Their role is to fight and win our wars. We need to make sure they have the equipment to do so and support them when they get back, regardless of their corps, regardless of what branch of the ADF they serve in. That's their job. Now, it's a bit disappointing that the Prime Minister doesn't know that, and it's very disappointing that he's handpicked his mate to go in and to look at cutting funding is all I can see, because he doesn't give a stuff about it, and he'll do it and walk away.
Well, also, I mean, let's be honest, right? One of the reasons why he ends up getting this job, and nobody will tell us how much this is, but it's not a love job, right? He'll be getting some serious cash on top of his forever pension to do so, is because he was on the campaign bus and helped steady the ship after the spat for fest that was going on in the first week, right? But the reality is that how many times can the Defence Force have a review going into it? Now, defence procurement, I'm fine for that conversation all the time. But the people who you represent in and around Townsville do not need another review into what is fairly obvious. Bad guys that way, take them out.
100%, mate. I mean, we don't need a rubbish former Labor Defence Minister to fly around the country, to fly into where we live, to tell us how to do our job. We've seen mistakes that have been made with procurement, the MRH-90. Yeah, and guess what? Peter Dutton binned it and we're getting the Black Hawk. The Tiger attack helicopter, yeah, we're binning it and we're getting the Apache because we want our people to be protected and have the best kit. We don't need a former politician to come around, get paid an exorbitant amount of money to tell soldiers what their role is. They know what it is. Get out of their way. Let them train. Let them be prepared for whatever's around the corner, because we know that our soldiers are some of the best in the world, and they know their job, fighting and winning wars. And it doesn't matter where they position they have or what corps they're in, whether they're in the Special Force, an infantry battalion, they're a cook or a clerk. They're a soldier first. And we want them to have the kit to fight. We want them to be ready, and we don't need a former politician that wants to gut more funding out of defence, walking around and telling them how to do their job.
I'm with you. Phillip, we love you, mate. Thank you for doing what you do. Let's chat even more into the future. Congrats on the run up the Shadow Ministry, mate.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate having me.
Good stuff. Phillip Thompson, I'm telling you, he's exactly the sort of politician you want as your local MP, which is why he's been so warmly loved by the people of Herbert in and around Townsville. But more importantly, and most importantly, he is there for the people that he served with and that he serves in that parliament, not just for Herbert, but also the people who've served this country.